President Bola Tinubu's government has demanded that the world's largest cryptocurrency platform, Binance, provide a list of the top 100 Nigerian users and their transaction details on the platform before detained officials are released. Nigeria is pressing Binance for information on its top 10 users in the country, as well as all transaction history for the past 6 months, Financial Times reported on Tuesday. According to the newspaper, the request is at the center of negotiations between Binance and Nigeria, which sees the company as a crucial link undermining government effort to stabilize its currency, the naira. The 6-month transaction details request tallies with the timeline of Nigeria's currency devaluation. The reported request comes as two Binance officials, Tigran Gambarian, a US citizen, and British Kenyan Nadim Ajawala, languished in detention 2 weeks after Nigerian authorities arrested them. 2 weeks ago, two Binance officials were invited by the Nigerian government and they were arrested by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. Binance has said that they are working collaboratively with the Nigerian authorities to bring their two executives back home safely to their families. To save the battered Nigerian naira, which traded for about $2,000 2 weeks ago, Mr. Tinubu government blocked Binance websites from Nigerian users on claims that the cryptocurrency platform is aiding currency speculators in manipulating the Nigerian exchange rate. Amid the clampdown, Binance exited the Nigerian market and discontinued every naira-related transaction on its platform. The family of the two Binance executives, they've raised alarm over their loved ones being held hostage by the Nigerian government. Mr. Gambarian's wife, Yuki, has described the last 2 weeks as the hardest days of her life. She said her two children, a 4-year-old and a 10-year-old, have become relentless in asking when daddy will return, a question to which she has no answer. In 2021, when former President Muhammadu Buhari first banned cryptocurrency in the country, it was reported how then Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, screenshot revealed he had the Binance app on his phone. I think this is becoming more and more disgraceful from the part of the government, because I see no reason why they will invite someone into the country and the people came for negotiation and you went ahead arresting and you have detained them for the past 1 week. This is disgraceful. Nigeria does not need this at this point in time, especially when we are seeking and calling for foreign investors to come into the country. Binance is the largest cryptocurrency platform in the world. Treating the executive of Binance this way is akin to driving investors away from the country. Because I don't see any investors that want to come, any foreign investors that want to come and invest in the country with this sort of thing that is happening. This is disgraceful, is distasteful, and the federal government should stop this act. Peter B talked the other time that the rule of law is one intangible asset. You don't just hold people hostage claiming that they are the one that sabotage your economy. They didn't sabotage the Nigerian naira. Nigerians did. The federal government did with the devaluation of the naira. It was reported that President Muhammadu Buhari printed over 21 trillion naira. That caused a lot of inflation. We keep buying things in dollars. We hardly export. So it is not Binance that caused the devaluation of the naira. And this whole thing is becoming disgraceful. We are not a kangaroo country. I want you to listen to this to know the reason why the naira is falling. It is not the cause of Binance. And to think that holding Binance executive will lead to Binance releasing information about their top ties users, it's not going to be possible. Binance will never succumb to that. Remember, there was news about 10 billion fine. That did not happen. Holding their chief executive ransom will not force them to release that information. It's disgraceful from the federal government. And I think it's high time they do something and end this disgrace. Listen to this piece about what is causing the fall of the naira.
Naira to $1. As at the closure of market on Friday, market moderated at about 1,450 naira to $1. You know, from a Wednesday, Thursday high of 1,575 naira per dollar, which is a very good approach. But like I said, it's intervention. It's interventionist in nature and does not tackle the root cause of the matter. What they've done is what we call opiate or elixir. We need to tackle the source of the problem, and which is the dollar illiquidity in the markets, the lack of the paucity of supply of the dollar compared to the demand. And that comes also to the physical side of the market. As of today, you know, people have complained. I don't want us to complain. We need to look forward. The deregulation of downstream oil and gas sector and removal of subsidy was a good decision. The margin of the foreign exchange market rate to avoid the arbitrage window that created the room for the criminality that happened between 2015 to 2023 was a good one. So what do we do to rescue? Of course, like Nigerians said, most Nigerians have complained, galloping inflation and other things. Now, let us look even back to history. Buhari became president May 29, 2015. We need to understand the root cause of our problem before we can provide credible solutions. Buhari inherited foreign reserve of $29 billion. Between 2015 to 2023, total import volume of Nigeria was $451 billion. Go and check the records. Total export received was about $406 billion. Buhari and co. borrowed over $32 billion from 2015 to 2023 when he handed over to Tinubu, because as at June 30th, 2015, external debt position, total federation was $10 billion. Buhari left at $43 billion to Tinubu. Foreign direct remittances was about $168 billion that came into this country within those 8 years. So if you look at the net dollar inflow and net dollar cash flow, outflow, there is no way Naira will have lost over 600 Naira to $1 under Buhari, and now galloping at what Tinubu is experiencing today was the foundational recklessness that was led under Buhari. And Nigerians are not asking the right question. I will explain to you, Dr. Bati. This is the truth. The 23.2 trillion Naira that was printed and handed over to Buhari and co. by MFL is at the root cause of what we are experiencing today. Remember in 2018, Obaseki cried out and they lampooned him that printing Naira and handing over to Buhari and co. without any project tied to it will lead to where we are today. See, the truth is, and I also want this to be on record, the CBN, they are doing their utmost best to intervene. Interventionism will not solve the problem. The problem lies at the root cause of it. Between 2015 to 2020, there was a bazaar in Nigeria. In fact, Tinubu should go back and do what Obasanjo did when he became president. Obasanjo hated the worst economy, worse than what Tinubu hated. Obasanjo went after those that took away our dollar out of Nigeria. He called the Abacha family to question and they negotiated. Most of the processes are still being enjoyed by Nigeria. Tinubu should develop that political will and call the practitioners that worked under Buhari for 8 years. We are talking about over $100 billion that was taken out of the economy. That is where we are. Because if you look at the net dollar inflow into Nigeria over that 8 years and net dollar outflow, there is no way we will have been where we are today if not for the criminality and the corruption that we experienced within that period. Obasanjo came to power and left after 8 years. Naira lost only 38 Naira to $1. Jonathan and Yar'Adua came to power 2007. When the official rate was 124 and left at 199, Naira lost to dollar by 78 Naira to $1 in 8 years. What had happened over the next 9 years is something that Nigerians will not wish again. So why the CBN is trying to do interventionism, we must also look at how do we show up the supply of the dollar. Under Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, under Charles Soludo, there's no country that actually have a free flow that is not managed. Even China intervenes in their foreign exchange market. America intervenes. But you can only intervene when there is liquidity. Sanusi was able to intervene because there was liquidity. Oil proceeds were being paid into the accounts. Today in Nigeria, output was 2.5 million barrels in 2011. It came down under Buhari and had not recovered. Under Buhari, Mele Kyari in your studio told Nigerians that we lose $1.9 billion of crude resources to inefficiency and theft every month, which is $22 billion annually. Up to today, nobody has accounted for those losses. Nobody has accounted for those theft. And as long as we do not have liquidity of the dollar, which is 90% controlled by the physical side of the market. See, whatever the CBN is doing now is just like moderating the galloping. If we do not fix the physical side, stop the oil theft and criminality that place, stop the cost of governance that is overbloated, stop the MDAs and the governors from taking FAC, JAC, and IGR and pursuing dollar, and providing security that will allow Nigerians to go into productivity of this economy. I tell you, what the CBN has done very good is just to moderate it. If we don't fix the supply side of dollar, by tackling the physical side, which is 90% the problem of Nigeria, after this moderation, it will go to 2,000. Mark it Tuesday.